So last week, I went 11-3 with the Monday night game pending tonight with the Miami Dolphins, who still haven't won a game, taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. So with that being said, let's go on to week 9 of my predictions. And I'm also stayed alive in the Survivor game, which where you have to pick a team to win, guaranteed. So I'm so far 8-0 on that. So that's amazing. I haven't had a streak like that in years. Thursday night football, the 49ers also undefeated, 7-0, going to Arizona to take on the Arizona Cardinals, who are 3-4-1. I'm a 49er fan, and many of you know that, but I'm also very objective, and I'm going to say this. I don't think they're going to crush the Cardinals. I think this is a trap game. I think the Niners have to be very careful. Thursday night game, 3 days after Sunday game. I think they're going to win the game, but Arizona could easily pull off the upset if the Niners slack off. But I'm going to go with them to win here, barely beating the Arizona Cardinals. It's going to be like a 24-17 type game. Houston Texans are going to London to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I'm going to go with the Jaguars here. The main reason why I'm going with the Jaguars is because I think their London experience benefits them more than it does the Texans. I think the fact that the Jaguars have a lot of experience playing there, they've lost only one game in the last 4 or 5 years. I think that's going to give them the advantage. Gardner Minshew is going to do his thing. And the Jaguars are going to get past the Texans this time around. The Washington Redskins going to Orchard Park, New York to take on the Buffalo Bills. I'm going to go with the Bills to win in a nitty-gritty defensive battle. The Bills have zero offense, but they have a great defense. Actually, they have a great running back named Devin Singletary, but they only gave him 3 touches last week. At some point, this coaching staff has to realize that the best chance for success offensively is to go with Devin Singletary and let Frank Gore take the side touches. Frank Gore should not be your lead running back in the year 2019, especially when you have a really talented running back like Devin Singletary. Tennessee Titans going to Charlotte to take on the Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers got walloped by the 49ers last week, 51-13. I don't think it's going to happen this week, obviously. The Carolina Panthers are going to rebound from last week's humiliating defeat, and they're going to beat the Titans at home. The Minnesota Vikings are going to Arrowhead to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm going to go with the Chiefs for now, under the assumption that Patrick Mahomes will be back. If he does not return, I may switch over to the Vikings. But for now, I'm going with the Chiefs. That's just my pick right now. It all depends on whether Patrick Mahomes comes back. The New York Jets are headed into Miami to take on the winless Miami Dolphins. And this is me assuming the Dolphins will still be winless tonight, which I do believe they will be. I have the Jets going into Miami and winning their second game of the year. The Jets are not a good team at all, but they've also been very unfortunate with injuries and all that. I think they're going to get the victory here. The Chicago Bears, who love to break their fans' hearts by missing field goals late, will not be able to have that opportunity this time because they're going to lose by more than 3 points this time around. The Eagles are going to beat the Bears at home. The Indianapolis Colts are headed into Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers, who I assume are going to come out with a win tonight. I'm going to give the Colts the victory on the road. I think the Colts are going to live up to their name. They're going to make up for their mistakes from last week, and they're going to go into Pittsburgh and win. The Detroit Lions are going to Oakland, the Raiders finally have a home game after 6 weeks. The Raiders will come home and get the victory over the Lions, who have not looked very consistent lately. And I think the Lions are a lot more talented than the record, but I also believe the Raiders are a lot more talented than their record. The Tampa Bay Bucks head into Seattle to take on the Seahawks. And while the Bucks are heavy underdogs here, you have to remember they also beat the Rams a few weeks ago in LA. So the Seahawks absolutely cannot take them lightly. I have the Seahawks winning here at home over the Bucks. The Cleveland Browns are headed into Denver, and this was a hard game to pick. But now with the news that the Denver Broncos are going with, I believe his name is Brad Allen as their quarterback. It just broke recently. The Browns are going to go into Denver, and I think Baker Mayfield's going to wake up and finally get the victory that the Browns needed. The Browns have been solid on the road, and that's really weird to me. They're 2-2 on the road and 0-3 at home. So I think they're going to go into Denver and win. The Broncos are clearly done with the season. They're trading away Emmanuel Sanders. I don't think they win here. But I could be wrong. They could. Green Bay Packers are going into Carson to take on the LA Chargers. I'm going to go with the Packers here because the Chargers have not proven that they can beat winning teams yet. Chargers are in disarray. They were lucky to win last week. I don't see them coming out here. The New England Patriots are going into Baltimore to take on the Ravens, and I have the Ravens pulling off the upset, 27-24. Actually, no, correct that, 20-17. And the reason why I have the Ravens pulling off the upset is I think the Ravens know how to match up with the Patriots offensively, potentially. Defensively, the Patriots have the advantage, which is something I never thought would say years ago, but it's true right now. Patriots could still obviously beat the Ravens, but there are only 2 or 3 teams left on the schedule that I think can actually truly beat the Patriots, and the Ravens are one of those teams, along with the Eagles and the Bills potentially. But that's pretty much it when you look at the Patriots' remaining schedule. So yeah, I'm picking the Ravens to shock the Patriots here on Sunday Night Football. The Dallas Cowboys head into the Meadowlands to take on the Giants for Monday Night Football. I'm going to go with the Cowboys to take down the Giants. And yeah, that's my picks for Week 9. Do you agree? Like, share, subscribe. Thank you very much.